Hi, everybody. Is it on? Hi, everybody. And okay, today is very exciting. And then we're doing a VLC about AI, and even more crazier is on RISC-V. So and I'm getting nervous. Okay, and so let's get cracking. So I'm Liang. I'm a deep. Okay, so I'm a software guy. So and I'm a founder of Deep Computing. It makes a RISC-V hardware during the COVID. I found it, and then I'm a serious about software. So I start make all my money in software, but I lose it all in the hardware. So it's just similar to the JB. Okay. So now we have the king here, and no president of the VLC, and one of the most weird guy I ever met in the world, who hates money. Okay, and now 2023 we made an A-core, the most expensive RISC-V laptop, $5,000. Okay, and 2023 I make another version and much more cheaper, more affordable, but it's shit still. Okay, the tablet, so it runs the Ubuntu and Fedora, and then after that I partner with Framework, and then start doing motherboard only. I'm not going to do the whole laptop because I'm losing too much money. Okay, so and Framework is good for European. Upgrade it, modularize it, and replace the motherboard, and you know, and you can do whatever you want to do with it, and you can even print the whole shell case yourself and just do anything you like. Okay, very innovative. So that is Framework, modular Framework. And then now I start making the motherboard for them. The first one is 4-core in 2025. And then the problem now finding out, RISC-V SoC, they're clueless. People make a SoC and they're not knowing where to sell to, what to do with it. So, and they don't, now all the startup is running out of time, running out of money. So, and the only thing left, let's bullshit about AI. Okay, so, and now with 2023, we have a chiplet version with a very powerful 50 TOPS. 50 TOPS.
What is that?
It's the chiplet.
How many cores?
It's 8 core. Okay. So and it's 2 die. All right. So.
Where is the AI part?
The AI part 50 TOPS.
So you have an NPU.
Yes.
And a CPU.
Yes.
And a GPU.
Yes.
And it's open source.
Yes. No. Will. Okay. Okay. So and this is what it looks like. And come over to our RISC-V booth and take a look at it. You can take it apart.
And where is it printed? TSMC?
Oh yeah. 12 nanometer TSMC.
10 nanometer TSMC. And you can have it in Framework?
Yes.
Okay, good. How?
It's just a motherboard like that.
Oh,
Put
so
it in.
Buy it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Any VLC guys, any open source project, and you use our board and figure out how to use it, and on the especially in VLC, hardware is for free. Okay.
So I can take my Framework, remove the motherboard,
yeah.
buy something.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
And
yeah.
works with Debian.
Yeah. Works whatever you want to work. Everything open source. Okay. Now even more crazy. Okay. 2026. Some crazy guy made a crazy SoC with a customized instruction on the CPU.
What does it mean?
That means that you have usually instruction, RISC-V instruction, load and store, or add, a multiple and add, whatever. Now they have a weird matrix multiply instructions. So.
But is it still RISC-V?
Yes.
But custom?
Yes. Custom. RISC-V allow you to customize whatever instruction you want.
So that's an extension.
So, yes. So basically, if VLC later on I want an instruction, so and JB start charging people have $1 billion, and we can make a specified VLC chip, VLC chip, just $30 million.
And I can have that in the Framework?
Yes.
When?
March.
Is it free?
Yes, for VLC it's free.
Okay. And for all the other guys?
Yes, if they start working on it, contribute, I will calculate all your commit. Right? I will take your money first. Every commit, I give you $10 back.
That's a good deal.
Yes. Okay. So now the problem now we have a greatest out of imaginations hardware. What the fuck with the software? on Linux, you can find there's no application using AI. Right?
Yes.
Why?
Because no one cares.
Yeah, why no one can? No idea. So let's take a look. Okay, now and then I just say shit. I watch video all the time and say I pick Linux. What's the best? Before I know nothing about JB. I know nothing about VLC. So, and I know Chrome. Chrome with Google say bugger off. I don't want to deal with you. Go away. And Office. Oh, come on, it's out of date. Office is going to die. I'm not going to waste my time on it. So the model is hard. So when we have a hardware, first thing we're porting all the models and quantize it and analyze it and whatever. And then the framework is even harder. You know, PyTorch, go away. RISC-V, I have no interest. Go away. Don't bugger my mainline. You know, I don't want to maintain it. And then now we have all the CBP, right? All the NAMA. Olama, RISC-V, I think Gabriel knows about it. We're hacking around the AI branch, you know, and we know all this pain. And now probably VLM as well. So RISC-V guy and NPU guy is really miserable, you know. It's just porting and porting, very similar to VLC, porting to different RVV and codec. Just nice, miserable life, we are the same, okay? So now on VLC, all right? So pass it on to...
Try and mute. Yeah, so now that we have... we need a picture, come on. Of course, Yannin. So now that we have almost open source laptop free and that you use RISC-V, is how do we actually move everything on RISC-V? If you listen to my talk before, a ton of things that were going on AV1, on X264, and so on is to start writing RISC-V SIMD. But yeah, one of the reasons to work on, yeah, you all know that, right?
No, no one knows that.
Unfortunately, a lot of money is invested in innovation today and in technology about AI, right? And one of the things that bothered me quite a bit is that most of those AI stuff are leading to a cloud service that you need to pay, and like it's completely you're non-free and like you're more than non-free, right? You cannot know what's happening and they can cut you, right? So the question we had is like, yeah, can we actually run some AI things for something that is useful and on device, right? So it's a bit more done today, but it wasn't too much a year and a half ago. So last year we did a huge demo at CES where we had like automatic translation, subtext, speech to text, right? So whisper. Which is okay, right? You've all known that on YouTube. It's shitty on YouTube. We did better, of course. But mostly it was a translation from all those languages to a ton of languages. So most of you are either French, Spanish, English-speaking, Italian, right? And so you don't care too much because everything is dubbed anyway. But if you talk to a lot of people from Eastern Europe or people in India, Southeast Asia, they have a ton of issue because a ton of content is not translated, right? So the idea was to do, hey, can we do also the translation, right? And all that on your machine. So it's completely decorrelated. It's open source AI, which is, of course, not open source, right? It's open weight models, right? It's open use or whatever you would call that. But still, it's better. And we integrated, well, I didn't, but some people more clever than I did. And we did that demo, and it was like a huge success. So now the question was, can we, but the problem is, in order to do that, you still need to have very expensive graphic cards, which needs a lot of RAM, which is expensive, except if you have a kidney to sell lately. And so, like, if you have some very small RISC-V chips, which were $400, right? Something like that.
Before the DDR raised price. Now they're killing me.
And one of the things we did was that we used a model for translation, which took around 35 languages and outputted 130 languages out. And of course, like, we had no idea if the output was great, so we outsourced the testing at CES. We took random people and said, hey, what's your language? And we tried with this language. Actually worked very well. It's not amazing, but compared to nothing, it's a ton better. The problem is that, yeah, in order to do that, you need to compile the whole VLC and you need to run it on on all the AI frameworks. And all the AI frameworks are a nightmare, right? Because everyone in AI is basically working now on something where you have a Docker, which is using 25 gigabytes of dependencies, and that works on one graphic card inside Azure or GCP, or Scaleway, of course. But anyway, but that's exactly the problem, right? Here, you need to run something on all type of machines with people who don't update their drivers, or people who don't use non-open source drivers, or different type of cards, right? And now, like, there is this crazy guy, which is even crazier than me, who arrived and say, well, I'm going to run that on RISC-V. I'm just like, VLC is not on RISC-V yet. So that's basically what we did, right? We had to clean all the AI branches because, of course, this was a demo. And between demo and production, there is quite a bit of work. Whisper is, as you've seen, is all the .cpp case is basically what we call GGML, which is done by a guy who's probably Gregory G something, right? That's why it's called GGML, who's basically running all the inference on CPU and have acceleration for all the blasts, right? So QBlast, OpenBlast, and all those stuff, right? All those configurations, so you're faster. And so we had to modify Whisper to be able to compile with RISC-V. And also modify because one of the things that they don't tell you is that most of the time you don't have one model for AI, right? You have one model per chip, right? And so that's why you don't see that, right? Because everyone is using CUDA, right? But the fact of, like, once you have the model, you need to retranslate them, right? It's very annoying. And even like with Whisper.cpp, if you're running on Vulkan or on CUDA, it's not exactly the same. So you need to change it to run on local models. And then you need to accelerate everything using the NPU. So basically what we did was using Whisper's GGML Tiny and DeepSeek 7, compile everything with the SDK of ESWin, and test. And
yeah, come to our booth. We show you how crashed the machine is. Boom.
And we have around 5 tokens per second,
yeah,
which is okay. It's a bit too small and too slow. We should have something like 2 or 3 times, but the next generation will have it, right?
No, you're going to do it wrong. I only give the hardware.
Okay. And they pay you, and every time they do one commit, it's $10 off.
Exactly.
He's on record, right? So you so anyway.
And he's the guarantor.
Okay. Anyway, you should look at RISC-V for multimedia, right? It's a future. It's also the only way that we're going to get out of x86 and ARM patents. So you should look at RISC-V, and thank you very much with the best talks of FOSDEM.
What a lot.
Yes.
I don't speak English.
Where does he buy?
No, you just use JB. I said, I don't know. What?
Hold it like here.
Okay.
Let me do it. Let me do it. Now.
Okay. Where do you buy it? Yeah, go and subscribe our open source community sponsorship program.
And we give it to you.
Yeah. And then you just write your proposal. I'm going to do greatest VLC port on the just now that thingy. Okay, the RISC-V CPU customer AI instruction. Then you will get it for free. Any more questions?
Another question?
Another question?
Yes.
You said you use DeepSeek. Why not when even with the recent change with TTS?
And I repeat the questions. And why we didn't use Crane or some other Mistral or whatever model. Actually, we can use whatever model is, but you need to help us to port it. But that's part of the fun, okay? So that's why we have all the sponsorship program, and then you guys pick the best STT model or TTS model or whatever LM model that fits the VLC.
there is also the issue is that, for example, the first version of VLC on translation was a framework called Seamless MT4 M4TV2, which is something no one knows, but which was the one that has the most language support, right? So it's also the problem, right, is that you need to have 30 languages in and around 100 out. And that is one of the most difficult parts. And to be honest, like just knowing which is the right model is probably full time, right? There is a new model every 2 weeks, right? And it's better than the previous one, but it's very difficult to test, right? Because I would need 100 people from 100 different languages to tell us which one works well or doesn't. Another last question? 1, 2, 3. You should go down on the VLC booth to get some nice goodies because it's the best booth ever. And you should be on the RISC-V booth so that you can see the demo of this laptop that you can buy to replace your framework CPU and use a RISC-V CPU. Yes. Thank you very much.